Good evening, guys. Gonna chew some gum for you. So as you can see from my robe, I'm just getting ready for bed. Thought I would check in with you guys first. I had a pretty quiet day today. I didn't work. Just went for a walk. Listened to a podcast. I've been on the hunt for a new one. The one that I just got done listening to it's called The Lovecraft Investigations, which is produced by the BBC. It had 4 seasons. I quite liked the first 3, but I thought it went a bit off the rails by season 4. But it was my first introduction to anything sort of within the Lovecraftian genre. So that was interesting. Just gonna have another one. And speaking of Lovecraft, I went to my friend's house the other day to play a tabletop role-playing game, kind of along the same vein as Dungeons and Dragons, but with a Lovecraftian theme and kind of aliens and mystery and that kind of thing. I never played Dungeons and Dragons or a tabletop RPG before. So I wasn't quite sure what to expect, but I had fun. It was me and half a dozen other people, a couple of people who I knew, went to school with, and the rest that I didn't really know. And in the game, we were all FBI agents who were being sent into this small town in, I want to say Tennessee, but I can't remember, to investigate some strange goings on, disappearances and the like. And we got to construct our own characters and make them into whatever we wanted. And I had a lot of fun with that. I sort of made my character deliberately insufferable and unlikable. because I thought that would be funny. And it was. I tried to sort of say all the wrong things and do things within the game that were sort of socially unacceptable, which is the complete opposite from what I usually do in my real life. So that was a nice outlet. I have been doing some training at work for a new role, which is, I guess you could call it a promotion. But I will still be doing the job that I'm doing now. It's just more like an extra skill that I can add to my tool belt, and a different kind of shift that I can work sometimes to fill in when somebody calls in sick or takes leave. So I had the two training shifts last week, and it was a bit nerve-wracking, a bit stressful, but a new role always is when you first start out, isn't it? And I didn't get any feedback about how I went on the training shift or anything, but then they rostered me on to do the role for real in a couple of weeks, so I take that to mean that I passed the training and I'll get to do the job for real on my own, which is a bit daunting, but there will be people around to help me out if I need it. And I expect I'll be leaning pretty heavily on those people, at least in the beginning. But I feel proud of myself. I'm not usually the sort of person that I wouldn't call myself ambitious in a career sense. Not that I don't care about my work, I do. But I've never been much of a ladder climber. But I really pushed to try something different at work, and I'm really glad that it seems to have paid off so far. Sometimes you've got to get out of your comfort zone. I'm also thinking about some creative outlets in the near future. I've signed up for a singing competition, which will be happening at the end of next month. I'll admit I have not done very much to prepare for that. I've picked my songs. I'm going to sing Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush and Where the Streets Have No Name by U2. But actually, you have the option to change those choices right up until the competition day, I think, so if I practice them and they don't go well, I might change my mind. And then just today I saw an audition notice for a variety show. I've never done one of those before, but I think that could be fun. And there's an option. You can either audition in person, or you can send in a video audition. And I imagine a video audition would be a lot less scary than having to go and sing in a room full of strangers. But the only problem is that I live in an apartment building, and I would be a bit worried about filming an audition video here because it might disturb my neighbours. So maybe I will audition in person, I'm not sure yet. I've got a little bit of time to decide. And the third thing is that I've been writing some original songs. And I have a gig lined up. I'm actually opening the opening act for another singer. I've never heard of this singer, but I'm sure he's very good. And I am friends with the person who runs the venue, so I've sung at this venue before, and they're always very nice and very easy to deal with, so that will also be towards the end of next month. Come to think of it, I think I might have jam-packed this coming month with creative pursuits, so I'm hoping that that's a good thing and it doesn't end up being overwhelming. You never know. I know I don't usually do this, but I might try and blow a few bubbles because some people request those, so I'll give it a shot. This is chewing gum and not bubble gum, so it's not exactly fit for purpose, but we'll see what happens. Messy. Let's try again. Oh jeez. Sorry, that's a bit gross. I'll do one more. Okay, that's all you get for now. I've since gotten over my illness from my last video. It hung around for the better part of a week. But I'm all better now. But it is flu season, and a lot of people seem to be sick at the moment, so I'm a little worried that I might catch something else, but knock on wood. I hope you're all staying safe out there and keeping well and being nice to each other. Okay, that's all I have for you. I'm going to go to bed. See ya.